Hello, strategy game lovers around the globe. This is Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today we're back into Gary Grigsby's War in the Pacific Admirals edition. It is December 17th, 1941, and things are progressing. Now, I've been playing so much War in the East, it felt like I had found an old friend when I loaded up the save game here. I feel, we're playing this 4 times a week, but I feel like War in the East is kind of taken over. I'm trying to get that done before War in the East 2 comes out, so I've been doubling up, tripling up, double it. So yeah, I've been staying busy with that one, but we're staying on this schedule. It's the same schedule, but I do miss this game when I'm not playing it. That's why all these years later, I'm doing a Let's Play of the game. It is truly the greatest. I'll just leave it there. I don't want to, come down badly on any other game. I love War in the East as well, but this is my favorite game ever. Uh, I just put up a video. I think it'll be loading up here shortly. Just so you guys know, Slytherin is running a big Steam sale right now, and I do believe War in the Pacific is discounted. Now, I didn't go specifically look at War in the Pacific. I looked at War in the West and War in the East, and they are both heavily discounted, plus all of those other Slytherin games. And again, I said it on the video, but I just want to be clear. I'm not getting anything from Slytherin to, pump their product. They do send me, games before they're going to come out. They send me a key. So, I just want to be upfront with you about that. I would never, try to push you to something just because they're giving me money or whatnot. No, it's just that, we play these games. We love, the Gary Grigsby games. They're all with Slytherin, and then a bunch of others similar, kind of niche war games. But they're not niche for us, right? And so they're having a big sale. You may be interested in that. There's big discounts on all of their like Warhammer 40K titles and Panzer Corps 2, Fantasy General. I don't know. They've got a lot of stuff over there. Pretty much everything's on sale. So check that out. If you've been, kind of waiting around, or you've been watching this and you think, gosh, again, War in the Pacific is not on Steam, so it's possible they don't have that on sale, and you'd have to go to Matrix Slytherin site to look for that. But War in the East and War in the West are on Steam, and you can get those at a steep discount. I think War in the West is like 23 bucks right now, which is a nice price for that game. So anyway, let's jump in here and get going. Now we have we've looked at Singapore, the whole Malay Peninsula. We checked out Sumatra a little bit. One thing I just couldn't remember off the top of my head is what we did. Oh, we did look at Oosthaven, right? Because we jumped some of these planes out of there, and we moved, or we kind of messed around with our anti-sub that I said I did want to keep here. I think it's possible. It's possible that it helped with identifying this Japanese sub here. I can take off the. Whoops. Take that off so you can see it, the red Japanese sub there. I think it's possible it helped there. We also have a lot of destroyer capability there, so it could have just been them too. Maybe I want it to be that plane since I'm keeping it here. But yeah, so we did that. We went through Batavia. I did want to go back. Let's look at Bandoang here one more time, and then we'll get down to Surabaya. Boya. I've been calling it Swerbaha, which is, I guess, probably pretty Western. That didn't really fit with the Dutch language. And so I've been told it is Swerboya. No, gosh darn it. I'm never going to get that right. Swera Booya. Let's call it that. Okay, Bandoang. We've got some infantry here, and not insignificant infantry. 86. That's pretty good. 20 and a base force. Now, having that 86 here, I kind of like that. It can be a little bit of a rapid reaction force, if you will. Yeah, P. Warner War in the Pacific is not going to sell a lot of units, which is unfortunate, and which is why they really will never make a War in the Pacific 2. This is the game we're always going to have as lovers of this theater. You know, you know, well, what's the best way to put this? Question how much better they can make the gameplay, really. You know, they could give it a much more modern UI, although now that I'm used to it, I really like the UI. You know, this is like a board game on steroids. Um, so, you know, they'll never sell enough units to make it worth their while to make a War in the Pacific 2. The amount of development time that went into it. Hey, Stanley, what's going on? So I got Stanley and P. Warner in the house. We are back into War in the Pacific after that detour into a lot of war in the East. So I'm glad you guys joined. I also, you know, I've said this a couple of times before, but I really believe it this time that I understand what was happening with the feed. Not to go too deep into it, other than to say, you know, I do have a day job. Until you guys start paying me the big bucks, I can't just sit around here and play games all the time. And so I do this generally, like kind of during my lunch hour. I mean, luckily I have a pretty flexible schedule, but my work, you know, the internet has to go through a VPN. It's like that movie, you know, we bounced it off 16 satellites. You know, this it's going through a satellite above Tel Aviv and above Africa and above here, there, Belfast. Who knows where it all goes? But anyway, I do think that that was doing a security kind of burst every 30 minutes or so, which was disconnecting the stream and was also, you know, filling the pipe at other times. So I've got that turned off now. All of the War in the East stuff I've been doing recently has been excellent. We haven't been dropping at all. Um, so yeah, it's good. Don't worry, Stanley. You don't have to really pay me the big bucks. I mean, gosh, you could never pay me what I'm worth, you know, for War in the Pacific, right? No, it's all good. I do this as a labor of love. You know, when I started the channel, I said, hey, I love playing these games. I play them anyway. Let's put them out there. And really, it was because there was no good War in the Pacific tutorial. I said, well, I'll just make this one. And then, you know, I got a good amount of support from you guys and others. And I said, hey, let's continue on. And now it's growing like crazy. I think we'll be at 2,000 subs on YouTube by the end of March, maybe. Anyway, okay. Let's get back to what we're doing here. So down here at Bandoang, we also have these planes. Now, I don't like to have these bombers up here at Bandoang kind of unprotected. There is cap, obviously, at Batavia, but I really don't like to have bombers anywhere where there's not direct cap right over the top. Now, these guys from Batavia will cover this, of course, with their cap. Um, you know, so we've got them here now. We don't really have any Japanese problems. Now, we have all of these training. They are Dutch bombers, all right? And so, you know, how far are we going to take them? We could take them to Sarabaya, but Bandoang has some of the, you know, outside of Batavia and Sarabaya, Booyah, swear Booyah. Okay, I'm going to say it right this time. It's got, you know, some aviation support. Is it a lot? No, it's not a lot, but it's some. And so it's good to have them here, I think, until the Japanese start to arrive, and then we will get them out of here. Now, we've got this guy on straight recon. We don't have him really going anywhere specific. It's a general recon flights. Um, how many you know, it's one plane, and we've got one damage. So what could he really cover? You know, that's a lot of area to cover with one plane on in one day turns. So who knows? You know, he probably flies out here and flies back. Maybe this time he flies here. It doesn't hurt. He's, you know, not doing anything else. We'll just let him be. Other than that, we've got no ships in port because we're on top of a mountain here on this base. It's probably a volcano, like a dormant volcano here on the top of Java. Let's go down to Tajilajap, just because I actually feel like I know how to say that. Uh, these level bombers running ASW, you see they pretty much almost cover this twice. Um, And that's what those black lines mean when you start getting double coverage. And I'm not talking about American football. So yeah, we've got a lot of ASW. How many planes is that out there? That's 8. Okay, and it's doing 50, so we're getting 4 planes up. And then they're running an afternoon pass right here. So that's good. You know, this was ASW, right? Yep, it's ASW. I thought it could potentially be naval search, but no, it's ASW. What are these guys doing? Okay, so this is 9 planes. They're just training. They're at 50 experience. They're training naval search. Let's actually have them just do naval search. They're up to 50. I mean, you're just not going to get them much better than that. I'm going to go back. What was this? This was 0 to 040 for the coordinates. All right, so let's get that off train, and let's do search 50, and we'll do like 0 to 040 for this one as well. The other one's doing ASW. This one will do straight naval search. Okay, so it's going out here. Would I rather have it go down here? Maybe, but we'll leave it there. Where is the Prince of Wales now, David? That is a great question. They are sitting right. No. Where are they? Well, I might have to go look for it. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Prince of Wales, there we go. Task Force 681. Oh, look at that. Good call. Wait a minute. Why is it? What am I missing here? Why is that going? Oh, we did want it to go to Colombo. Wow, I really brought it west there. My goodness. Well, we wanted to make sure we were out of danger. It has now turned north and will be steaming towards Colombo here. Holy smokes. We really took that out west. What's the vampire? Okay, vampire's only a 2. Let's see here. Sorry, my doorbell just rang. Go outside. You'll have to go out there and talk to her. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, that is now going north, and let's see. Okay, so that's where the Prince of Wales is. I'm not exactly sure why I took that so far west. Abundance of caution. Let's put it that way. Tjilajap. Back to Tjilajap. What do we have here? We have 1 float patrol plane. What is this doing here? Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. I could tell you a whole long story, but I won't. Yeah, that's right, P-Warner. Yeah, this float patrol plane is just kind of here. It's a Kiwi float patrol. I'm not really sure why this is here. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I should always look at all the information. This was running some kind of supply transport, but gosh, for the life of me, I don't remember why or where. Why don't we get this out of here? Do we? Why is it here? It's just taking up aviation support in Java. We don't really need that. How far down here can we skip it? What is this attached to? Okay. It's that base force. This is that base force that we took, those engineers that we took to Palembang or Oosthaven, isn't it? I think it is. Here they are. This is the 24th New Zealand Koi. All right, let's go back to that. I'm not really sure why this plane is here, other than we skipped it out of Singapore. which makes sense. It's called an S-19 Singapore float patrol plane. I bet you know what? I'm gonna lay money that came out of Singapore. Let's transfer base. Let's just try to do it on the map. How far down here can we get? I'd like to skip it all the way down to Australia, maybe. What do we? You know what? Let's just take it here to Lamojang. That's got a level size 4. An airfield size 4. Okay, so let's get that out of there. Now this actually has 16 aviation support and 16 planes. Not that that really, it's not a big deal, obviously. This is also running ASW out of Tjilajap. Right over here, not much coverage, but it's something. And also, if the Japanese try to come down here to Semarang and land, presuming... Damn it, Duck. I'm trying, my friend. I'm trying. We're 10 days in. We're 10 days in. Oh, when we go on the offensive, look out. Now, that may be in like 2022 in real life time. But yeah, it's going to come quick and come fast. Actually, things are looking really, really good for us in this game right now. Just 10 days in. Now, of course, things can happen, but for the Japanese, everything is the start. They've just got to take so much out at the start. We get into 1942, maybe mid 1942, we might be on the offensive. But yes, at this pace, it could be 2050, P. Warner, in which case you'll say, man, I have sunk a lifetime into this. Okay, so they're running ASW there, fine. No biggie. We've got, what do we got down here? We've got a support. Yeah, I just put this around here to the back. It's not unloading. This is just a miscellaneous support ship. We also, we got a local minesweeper back here. We will move more back here to Tjilajap. I like to use this to bring supply into Java as things start to heat up a little bit. Now, of course, it's land. It doesn't keep planes from flying over the top. But, to the extent there's a lot of Japanese naval activity, sub-activity out here, I like to keep, I like to bring stuff in here to the extent we need it. We do have all of this anti-sub here to make sure these subs can't get out and threaten a place like Tjilajap, exactly what we're trying to avoid. Jokajarta here has a base force. Now you see it's got light industry, it's got resources, it's got some manpower, but that's fine. We've got a base force there. We've talked about Semarang. I like having a 53 assault strength unit here. It keeps this from just being a complete clean landing for the Japanese if they want to come this way. Blinking Duck, oh, look at that. The moderator's on your case, buddy. Must have been cursing at me in all caps. Yeah, that moderator's tough. There was somebody here yesterday that was like, what the heck with the moderator? But as Bayard knows, you got to keep it under 100 characters, I believe. We've got a base force here at Mattawan. Okay, that's fine. It's not really doing it. I'm not really sure why it's here. What's it doing? It doesn't have a whole lot. But eventually we can move this. There's really no reason just to have this here. If nothing else, we could move it over here to Japon if we wanted to. So the Japanese couldn't make a clean landing there if they... As a matter of fact, I think that's kind of a good idea. Why don't we do that? Now, I always hate to do this when something's called a Mattawan base force, to move it to a different town. We'll just keep it here for now. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. We have another one here at Malong, and this is called the Malong base force, shockingly. We'll just keep that right there, not much going on. Let's continue down to these smaller bases, see what else we got. Okay, so this is Lamanjong, maybe? Okay. We've got a Dutch transport ship. A Dutch transport squadron, I should say. And really, we should kind of put that to use. I mean, how much aviation support do we have here? 0. Okay. Now what's this base force? Does it have any aviation support? It does. It has 6. Well, that seems like a very inefficient way to use these resources because this base force has 0 aviation support, but we've got planes here. Now, what's this air base size? That airfield's a 1. I thought I said this one's a 4, right? Well, why don't we switch these two? I think that's what we should do. I don't care what they're called. Let's move this one here. He's got no aviation support. And then let's move the one there. Let's go ahead and make sure we set that as our objective. It seems, you know, for a level 4 airfield, you might as well use it to the extent you can. We've already just used it, skipping things down here. So let's get some aviation support there. Might as well. Whoops. Yep, okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Sure, why not? So what do we have here and why is it here? Well, we have these transport planes that we could be using for something. I don't know, they could come over here and try to get this base force or this infantry unit if we wanted to. That's probably a little big to take out by planes, but it could. You know, do we want to keep that infantry unit there? It's actually a pretty good question. Well, hold on, where's that ship going? Oh, it's going into Palembang. Glad I clicked on that actually. Let's set this to direct. Let's see if that gets us through this. Nope, that's not even going to take us through the strait. All right. Okay, well, you know me. I'm going to go in here and fix it till I get the way I want. Let's do a waypoint to here. Let's see if it'll go up here. Yep, it will now. All right, good. Glad I saw it. Where's this ship going? Okay, that's going through the strait. What's this? The Bulmer returning to home port to replenish. Yeah, that's not its home port, but it's trying to go back to Jalo. Huh? Why is it doing that? Interesting. Okay, well, it says it's returning to its home port to replenish, which the game will automatically do that, of course. But its home port, we moved it to Swerbuya. But it's trying to get back up there. How can I... Let's get it out of that task force it was in. Now that was weird, right? I figured out a workaround to it, but I'm not exactly sure why that was the case. Let's bring that into Swerbuya, and yeah, we'll have it do a full refuel, and we'll call it ASW Swear, did I spell that right? Sweater, booyah. Okay. All right. That was kind of strange, but I guess ultimately we found a workaround. Okay, fine. I'm glad I'm looking at all these ships now. We had some kind of strange orders out here. These guys are all headed. Okay, there's going to Darwin, then we have some others going through those straits here. I assume going to Perth. I'm not going to look at every last one of them. We've got one come to Swerbuya. Okay, so the sub's coming back here too, the pickerel. That's something that we have not done that I still need to do, is set all of these subs back to either Darwin, Swerbuya, Townsville, wherever the case may, you know, whatever the case may be, wherever we think, even some Pearl Harbors, because they are going to want to be refueling soon. As a matter of fact, let's look at Manila. Okay, let's look at one of these out here. How much fuel does he have? Oh, he's got a lot. Did I already? I maybe already fueled him up. I think I fueled this guy up too. Let's go out here. What do we have here? Because this guy, there's no way he's refueled. Oh, he's got plenty. Okay, they're all good for now. Now the guys over here, I may have go back to Pearl Harbor. That's for a future episode. Teasers galore here. Oh, these transport planes, right. Patrol, let's look at this patrol first. What's it doing? Troop transport. This is also doing troop transport. Destination Bema. Oh, this is already moving. Oh, shoot. Okay, we gotta get rid of this order. I see now. I see what's going on. Gosh darn it. We were moving those to Bema. We were moving that base force there. Crud. Well, that's why there's no aviation support here. They hadn't got it all out. All right. Well, I've got it on strategic move now. We cost ourselves a turn. No biggie. That's not a big deal, of course. What, is there aviation support here? There is. There's like 7. Okay, so we are going to move the Madeline force then. We're going to take it down here since there seems to be a lot more action going on here than you would suspect. It's going to march down there. Right, okay. So we're going to have that go to Lamjoang, and then we're going to cancel this order as well because it does not need to come down here now. Cancel move. All right, put that back in combat mode. And we just wasted all of its prep there, but that's all right. Stanley says, check my railway question, please. You can't find it in the manual. Are we talking war in the Pacific, or are we talking war in the East, Stanley? Let me know. I have not seen your railway question. Did you? I assume you just put it on the YouTube channel. Oh, read up a bit. Oh, sorry. Is it not possible to move fuel oil on railway Palembang to Oosthaven? Yes. Now, what I did, the way to kind of do this, I guess, is you go to Oosthaven and you have it stockpile here. Now, it will not request more fuel. On some of these bases, you have the ability to request a lot more fuel than you need. The reason being is you can prepare to bring more forces there. So a good example of that is Port Moresby, right? You start off without much there, and I think so. Let's turn this to yes. Now I do not know why we cannot request more fuel than the game naturally allows here. I just don't know. There might be something to do with Oosthaven. But that oil should, or the fuel should be flowing down here. It really picks up later on, and I don't know if that's an AI mechanism, but let's go look at Port Moresby really quickly, okay? Because Port Moresby you start off with not much at Port Moresby. So you do not, oh gosh darn it, this one doesn't have it either. Where do we have it? Morocco? Where did we turn it on? I know we did. Can't request more fuel there. Some of the bases have a slider that allows you to request more fuel than the game naturally requests. So you see here, fuel requested 7,040 per turn, or per day, I guess. And it, oh, we're gonna get some spoilage here, by the way. It will try to pull up to that amount. So you can pull fuel, you can pull supplies to other places. I don't know why I can't find one. Where else would there be one? Let's look at it Raboul just to see. No. but this is where it would be. I know that there are places early in the game. I just off the top of my head, without going and looking, I don't want to go look this whole episode. We would be able to. Can we do it at Nomaya? I say, in usual fashion, I say that as I go to look more. Nomaya, can we do it? No. Um, Now you can turn on, fuel stockpiling, but to my knowledge, I don't think that causes it to pull more fuel to that location. I think it just allows no fuel to leak out. Leak out. Uh, so if there is something being produced in Newstaven, some fuel, I should say, it wouldn't, do that reverse run up to Palembang. So that could reduce some that goes up to Palembang, I guess. I suppose. I guess we could probably do that in other places, although I'm not sure how much of an advantage that is. I kind of want, right now anyway, as much to go to Palembang as possible, because that's one of the few places we can get in. But you make a fair point. I would love for all of it to flow down to Oosthaven on this railway. Now, why we can't do that is a great question. I was hoping it would allow us to request more. So you see it does do that for supplies, and we can request some more supplies. And it kind of does it by thousands or 5,000s. So sure, let's request more supply and get it out of Palembang. It kind of needs some supply anyway. So now that you made me, come over here and look, dang it, Stanley. But it's an excellent question because yes, that would be ideal, right? To have it come down to Oosthaven. Now this is a minor railway, so question how much we can get down there. But yeah, I mean it's a lot safer, right? To get ships in here. Now, of course, it's only a port level 3, so you have that disadvantage. What's Palembang? It's a 4, right? Didn't we? Yeah, it's a 4. So, that big of a penalty coming into Oosthaven instead of Palembang. And it would be excellent if we could. As you can see, Palembang's up to 69,000. Now we have just, a lineup of ships out here waiting for fuel to pull it out. We'll see how much we can get out of there. At some point, have we already done that actually? At some point, we're going to run a turn the repair off if we think we're going to lose it, but we're not at that point yet. That actually reminds me, in the Philippines, do we have anything up here we need to turn off? Not at Bataan, not at Clark Field. We probably do at Manila though, right? We do. We already turned it off. Okay, off, 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 off. Okay, so as the Japanese bomb Manila, they'll be bombing their own facilities essentially because they're going to take it over. And so the more damage they do to the stuff that they're going to have for the rest of the war, the better. Excellent question, Stanley. I would expect nothing less from you, sir. Yeah, so right now we can't pull anything off. I will make it a point to think, just keep in my head that to look every base we go to and see one that can request more fuel. You did see how it works on supply, and I don't know if there's some places that can do it on turn 1 that they can't do it later. I seem to think that Moresby or Maroc over here, or Maruk, I've been told it's called Maruk, I think, can request more at the start of fuel and or supply. So anyway, sorry, I wish I had a better answer. Okay, so this is our plane that's doing supply. We don't really know where it's going supply-wise, so we've flown it down here. So we can't transfer it any further, of course. We've got this destination BEMA. We just figured that out after and question why we're not doing it with these transport planes and we're doing it with these planes instead. As a matter of fact, that's an excellent question. So why don't we do that? Let's get off train. Let's go max range. Let's go troop transport. I think that's why we did bring this down here, to be honest with you. BEMA is right there. Okay, so we're going to have... Oh, gosh, you know what? We covered this last time. These guys cannot go to BEMA because it doesn't have an airfield. We talked about this last time. I think last turn. Let's put it that way. That has been a week, and I've been playing other games in between. Now, question whether we should go get these guys though. They have an airfield, so we can get in there. What do we have at Balikpapan? We want to keep we want to keep forces at Balikpapan and at Tarakan just to make it a little more difficult on the Japanese. Do we need to keep this force here though? It's only a 17. I think we'll just go ahead and keep it there. Okay, so that's really all we can do at that location. What do we have down here in this strait? So this is Banjawangi. That sounds tropical and interesting. Banjawangi. Okay, that's there. That's fine. That's all. Not much we can do there. Pamukazan. I do believe this tanker just unloaded here. Okay, so we brought. Did we bring something in here? I thought we did. Well, it's going back to. It's got nothing on it now, right? Nope, it's got nothing on it now. So it's going back to Swerboya. Swerboya. Whatever. Oh gosh, I lost track of the chat there for a second. Oh yeah, I'm just reading your comments here, Stanley. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that, News Taven. Um, I don't have a good answer for you. Sometimes that's the way it is in this game. I'm not sure why in some locations you can request more fuel than you already have. I mean, the purpose of that mechanic obviously is if you're planning on bringing troops there, and so it's got very little right now, but it could, get ready, I guess, stockpile stuff for more troops arriving. I was almost certain on turn one we can do that at Moresby or Maruk, but I'm going to look more into it. We will get an answer. Hey, Bayard, how's it going? Good to see you. Okay, so this guy's going to go back to Swerboya. We do have this unit out here. It's an 18. That's fine. We don't want the Japanese to land right here. Obviously, we want to have some kind of token force that may dissuade them from doing that. So let's get up here into the Big Daddy on Java, Swerboya. What do we have here? Well, we have a lot here actually. First of all, let's just go look over the stats. We've got 20,000 supply, 65,000 fuel. So we need to be getting fuel out of here as well. Now we may be able to hold on to it, but if we do hold on to it, Java is going to be producing plenty enough fuel to do whatever you need here. So, try to get it out first in the kind of just in case scenario that the Japanese do come take it. But you're always fine running this down to Perth, to Darwin, getting all of this stuff into Australia to the extent you can. And so what kind of aviation support we have here? 71. Aviation required is 64. We have 84 engineers here. That's nice. We don't have, I'd like to have more flak here. We don't really have much AA. Yeah, okay. So we've got at Swerboya, you have a level 7 port. You have a level 4 airfield. I believe we're building the airfield. Are we, are we building the port? No. I think the idea here is just in case the Japanese come and take it, why build it further? Level 7's plenty anyway. That also lets big capital ships rearm at a level 7 at a very quick rate. So, to the extent you have capital ships out in this area, if you eventually, when we have battleships or other things like that out here, you can come to this level 7 port, and that's kind of the magic number for getting a very quick rearm on some of those. Airfield we are building up. Of course, we're building the fortifications. We're almost up to level 3 there. We've got 330 mines. So that could be a rude surprise for any kind of Japanese invasion force. Certainly we have the garrison filled up, and we've got a lot of naval support here as well. That level 7 port gives us up to 104 1,000 tons. That's a lot of pounds. And we got 13,000 troops here with an assault strength of 203. Yeah, I wish it was a little better than that, but that's certainly not bad. Okay, let's go through the planes really quickly. We've got some medium level bombers. Okay, they're running ASW. Let's see what kind of. Okay, I like that. We got some more level bombers here. They're training 9 of these bad boys. The reason they're training is they have an experience of 35. I get it. They're running ASW, so it's not as if they have to have this great training. They're really out there just kind of, trying to cover territory. That being said, 35 is really low. We'll let them keep doing this for now. Or when I say doing this, training. We have these CW. I'm just not that familiar with the Dutch aircraft, and so if I don't give you any particular insights on a CW 21B Demon, it's not because I'm overlooking it. It's because I really don't know the Dutch aircraft that well. I mean, it's got excellent maneuverability. It's got a pretty good maximum speed for this time of the war. It looks like a pretty decent plane. It's got the 30 caliber Browning machine gun. Yeah, I mean it doesn't have a ton of firepower, that's for sure. Although 30 caliber machine gun will put holes in things. That is for certain. Pretty durable. Service rating's only a 1, so that's good. But yeah, that maneuverability looks really good. It'll be, that is a nice group to get up at 15,000 feet when we eventually, as a matter of fact, why don't we just have them train at 15,000? No reason to have them down at 10. They're at 49, not bad. They have very good morale. I bet they do. They're just hanging out and swerbooyah. Okay. Well, let's look at this one more time. What was it? Shit. You could really take these guys up to 20. That's really excellent maneuverability at that altitude. Let's pop that up to 20 so we don't forget when we set them on their cap. B339Ds. These kind of seem to be like the workhorse fighters. These are the ones that you see most often, I feel like, for the Dutch. Yeah, I mean, not too bad. You could fly these up at 20K too. Really, hell, you could fly these up at 25K. They only go down to a 16, which is better than some of the British fighters. It's not quite as good as the Buffalo, but when I say the Buffalo, I'm talking about the Buffalo down at like 15,000 feet. So you can really take this bad boy up there. How many of these do we have? 10? Yeah, why don't we train these up at 20,000 feet? Why not? Or maybe we'll keep these guys at 15. Then we have some Catalinas here. Okay, 3 in maintenance. All right, they're just doing random naval search when they can actually do something. We have some float patrol. This is a Dutch aircraft I'm not familiar with, the T4A. Never, I don't really know. What are they doing? They're picking up troops. Oh, okay. So they're going to Pamukazan, picking up these troops. Okay, cool. You know what? Actually, why don't we move the transport aircraft back to Swerbuya and have them go and start picking up things? That makes a lot more sense than having these float planes. Now, some of these places, like Pamukazan, can we get in there? I don't think we can. Level 1 airfield, so we can't take transport aircraft in there, but I do want to get these guys back here. What's the level here? It's a 3, so we could get transport aircraft in there. Yeah, this is a 0. I don't remember off the top of my head. Can we take transport aircraft into a level 1? Because they actually do have an airport. An airfield. Say airfield, man. Transport Far East Command. Oh. Yeah, these are okay, so troop transport, we've seen this before. We have to go down here and select Pamukazan. And when we do that, then it allows us to click on pick up troops. And this is the group we're trying to get out of there. Yeah, so we can get down there. Pick up from Pamakaze. It's got a level 1, so it allows us to get. I couldn't remember if a level 1 was still too small, but I guess it can. Why couldn't it? Right? It can go land in a field. The problem with Bima is it's just got a 0. So yeah, let's have these guys go help as long as we're, we've got 14 transport aircraft out here doing nothing. Now, are we building up the airfield at Bima? Why are we not doing that? Now we have 2 engineers here. I mean, it's not nothing. It will build just because there are people here. And so, they can go clear out a pasture or something, right? So the planes can land there. So yeah, let's have them build that. I'm not sure why we wouldn't be doing that at the start of the game, but no one to blame but myself. So all of these float planes are actually out picking up that unit, right? Beresian. This one's not. This is just doing naval search. But this is picking up Beresian, and so is this one. Well, let's not do that anymore. Let's have the transport planes do it, and let's have these guys run ASW. I don't know why we wouldn't do that. Okay. Let's see, to the right, let's make this, let's start, it's only out to a 5. That's actually not that great. It's got a very short normal range. Let's actually do search, because ASW is just going to be too short of a kind of a search zone to matter. Let's do this one going a little bit south. How about 60 to, we've got 3 of them running 50, yeah. All right, let's do 50. Let's do 50 to 80. What does that look like? Search 50, maximum range. There we go. That corridor, sure, why not? And then this guy that was doing the same, let's have him do naval search, and let's have him do. We'll do 50 again. Let's have them do like 80 to 100 or 80 to 110. See what that looks like. Here, there we go. 80 to 110. Let's make sure you get their range up there. Okay, that's fine. Just doing some naval search out here, looking around. Who knows what we might find. Just checking out the chat here. It's a Friday. Man, thank goodness. I gotta move this weekend. Actually, I gotta move this afternoon. That is never fun, but I'm not even gonna go down that. Not even gonna go down that road explaining what's going on. Moving for 1 month. So anyway, what are these level bombers doing? 16 naval attack, right? Okay, that's great. These have a really nice range to them, the Blenheims. So we've got them on naval attack. So if we do spot anything out here, it will be at commander's discretion. I mean, it'll be at the AI's discretion. But we do have something that could attack them from the air. So yes, okay, excellent. Now, what do we have in here? Let's go through the troops really quickly before we start getting into ships, because we do have 20 ships in port, so we're going to have to do some work there. We've got the Far East Command is sitting here in Swerbuya. We've got, this is the air headquarters for all of the Dutch, all right? We've got some AA. I wish we had more, actually. I would like to have more AA here. We've got an engineer unit that is specialized in air. There are 50 aviation support. That's nice. And then we have some battalions out here. That's a 16. And as you can see, now we had this. We need to switch that to combat mode. We need to change that to Swerbuya. And let's actually go back. I didn't look. Do we have all these in combat mode? And the right objective. Were we taking these to Somlaki, or did we bring them from Somlaki? Where's Somlaki again? We're about to go find out. Am I not spelling it correctly? Somlaki. Okay, let's go look at that again. S-A-U. Okay. S-A-U. In order to bases. S-A-U. There it is. Gosh. Going blind. Oh, we have those guys ticketed for Somlaki for a reason. I hate when I do that. Okay. My bad. So where did this go? Crap. Well, whatever. I'm not going to be upset about it. It happens. So it's right down here, good old Somlaki. Okay. So we had it planning. We lost, I think, like 9 planning points. Oh no. We are moving the AA out of here to Somlaki as well. Make sure we turn this back over to strategic move. I guess we could probably load them up. We've got a transport here, right? Or a few of them. Amphibious law turn. Okay. There's an AP, the Van Kloon. What's it going to take to load these guys up? We've got 648 for cargo, 240 for... Okay, so 240 troop, 648 cargo. And then what else are we taking here? It's these guys, right? Oh, this isn't too bad. This is like 800 troop, or a little more. Let's call it 900 for troops and about 650. So 900 and 650. I think we can easily do that. We can almost do it with that guy. But let's put him in. Who is it? What's his name? The Pijnacker Horish. If you say so. Auxiliary aircraft tender. Okay, this is perfect. We'll take this down to Somlaki. So let's go get that Pijnander ship. Where did that go? I could search for it in a much more... There it is. Let's take him. Let's put them together. Done. I probably do have to put those troops in combat mode, but we'll figure this out. Let's make this transport Somlaki. Let's dock it. And let's go to load troops and see what happens. Okay, so there's our AA. Let's actually take that off. Back. Let's go look at this unit again. We put it in strategic mode. Does it need to be in combat mode? Do we want to do that? Should I have done that? Well, we can always flip it back. Hold on. Now let's go load troops. There we go. No, no. That's not what I wanted, actually. Alright. They're in the Nil Army Command. I bet you we would have to... we would have to buy these guys out to get down there. I just can't remember if Nil Army Command would allow us to get down there. No, this is Nil Army Command, so we can do it. Let's go back up here and look at this again. We've got it in combat mode. It could be because... Okay, again, load troops. Huh, interesting. What's that called? What's this unit called? I'm gonna be really upset if this unit's called like, it's the Landstorm Battalion. 1st Nil Landstorm Battalion. Wow, that sounds impressive. But I'm not sure why I can't get them on here. As a matter of fact, I'm not even seeing them here. Alright, let's take all land units off. Yeah, we're not seeing any at all. So, let's take air groups out. It didn't do that though. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know. I will figure it out offline. I'm not going to sit here and make you guys have to watch that. Okay, so we've got this. We've got some cargo here, or cargo ships that we have here. We don't have a ton of supply here for all of the stuff we have. Maybe we should go get some. Why don't we? Could we send this group up to Palembang and grab some stuff? Why not? They're not worth anything, really. I mean, I think these are all 1-point ships. Aren't they? Maybe 2-point? Yeah, 2-point ships. Or we could go over to Ballypoppin and try to get some stuff with them. What's at Ballypoppin right now? Yeah, they've got some stuff over there. Let's send these guys over to Ballypoppin. I'm just going to actually do it this way and set their home at Ballypoppin and then have them go to Ballypoppin. And then when they get over there, then we'll have it, set. That is their destination. I just find it. Oh, this is supposed to be taking fuel to Kendari. What's our fuel situation in Kendari here? It's not great. 47.72, that's plenty though. Okay, we'll have that go to Ballypoppin. We're gonna stick with that for that group. Now, who is this? Do not refuel. Fuel to Kopang. Okay, that's a good thing. We don't want it to fuel when it gets there. This should fuel up. Let's replenish task force from port. There we go. Get some fuel in there. Okay, let's have this dock and load fuel and go out to Kopang again. These are not terrible transport ships here, or cargo ships, I should say. They're 5, they're worth 5. We really should have this go ahead. Let's do a waypoint here. And we'll set the waypoint, so it comes down this way instead of just floating through here. We might get some Japanese activity here, so we might as well rather be safe than sorry. Rajani. Oh, this is the destroyer here. Why don't we put it in with this transport, assuming we can figure out what the hell's going on with that thing. I haven't looked at the comments. I bet you, Bayard, you're chomping at the bit to tell me why I can't get that on that transport. Stanley, yeah, have a pint, buddy. Oh, so when we go out to Samwaki, do we need to do an amphibious? I don't think so, do we? I'm really thinking out loud here. Sorry guys if you can hear the hamster running. But it's driving me crazy. Let's turn this into amphibious and see if that makes any difference whatsoever what we can load on here. No, it does not. So, okay. That was no harm, no foul. It was worth a shot. Well, it could also be because I switched this off a strategic move and then to combat, then back to strategic move, back and forth. It could have caused a little disruption in the force. Maybe next turn we'll be able to do that. I don't know. It's going to drive me crazy. So before Sunday, I will figure out one way or another. Now we have the Tromp down here, so that's fine. It's providing AA, 100 of it. It's not nothing, right? We've got the Angelina here. This is a very, very small tanker, but we'll have it dock up, load some fuel. Now, before we send it anywhere, what's it worth? 4 points? Okay, we can send it over to Macassar. Not too worried about a 4-point tanker. Whoops. How did that happen? There we go. Mission, tanker, let's have it go over to Macassar. Fine. And I think, so Bayard is saying that the Landstorm, the first nil Landstorm, I call him the nil. I understand that's not completely correct. I've had some people very interested in Dutch military in World War II say that that is not called, the nil, the KNIL. It stands, it's an acronym for, it's a Dutch acronym. But that's just what I've called them that forever, the nil forces. So I just call them that. So no offense intended, believe me. Macassar, okay, let's set this up as just continuous supply out to Macassar. And then that one that's going to Koepang, let's set that up as a continuous supply too. Now these are not terrible ships, so we'll have to be, wary. Oh, that reminds me. Let's return the same route. Yes. And let's go continuous supply. Okay. Let's see. So we've got the Angelina on the move. We have a mine layer here at Balikpapan. Does it have any mines left? Nope, we're all out of mines. Okay, not surprising. Hopefully that will rearm at some point. We might have a kind of a low amount of mines at this moment. Okay, we've got a bunch of these little nothing cargo ships. They could go somewhere, do something. Now we did have fuel going over to Kendari for that one group. Why don't we do it with this group as well? Target, dock, load fuel. It's not going to be much fuel, but it's like 5,000. It's not nothing. We'll go over here to Kendari with them. If these get the crap bombed out of them, it's not the end of the world. We'll do it continuous for now. Then what do we have here? We have a nice big AK. Wow, look at this sucker. This really should be at Cape Town. As a matter of fact, why don't we send it over to Cape Town? That's much too nice of a ship to be operating over here. Okay, we'll send that to Cape Town. And we'll get this over here. There we go. So we'll get that headed to Cape Town and join those big convoys. I mean, it's got a great endurance, really big capacity. Oh, whoops. Let's set waypoints there. I can already see something I don't like. Set waypoint 1 out here. Let's go this way first. Just come down through that straight. I think that's a lot safer. Okay, excellent. That's all good. Now let's see what ships we have at port. Sort those out. All right, so we've got a cruiser mine layer, we've got a sub tender, we've got an aircraft tender, auxiliary repair, and then we've got a bunch of transport ships. Wow, look at all these transport ships. Okay, well, I think that's where we're going to take it up on Sunday, although who knows? I may throw a episode. Now, I'll wait till Sunday. We'll finish up Java since we've been going through it. I'll move through the rest of this island chain before we resolve the turn. We don't have a whole lot more to do here at Swerbuya. We got to, form a lot of this stuff up into task forces or figure out where we're going to send it at least. We may even jump over and look here at Celebes, whether it be Macassar or Kendari. We'll definitely look at all of these bases, especially Koepang. We'll go down there, and we'll do all that Sunday, and then we'll resolve the turn, and we'll get on to December 18th. Really cooking with grease now, my friends, all the way up to December 18th. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys, as always. We really, I really appreciate it, and I love the back and forth and the interesting conversation. So thank you guys so much. I will talk to you next time. It's